UFO sighting in the Canary Islands. A Spanish Air Force witnessed this, and this is the image that it took, dated June 22nd, 1976. The reported UFO sighting occurred over the Canary Islands, June 22nd, 1976. It is notable for its duration, which was over 40 minutes. Multiple locations. It was observed in Tenerife, La Palma, La Gomera, Gran Canaria Island, and by a ship at sea. That is the Spanish Air Force. The multiple witnesses, several hundred people, including both civilian and military personnel. It's one of the few accounts to include a report of details of the occupants inside the craft as well. The official report on the incident by the Spanish Air Force was declassified in June 1994, but much of its content had already been released to the public in 1977 after journalist J. Benitez obtained a number of military files and used them as the basis of a book on UFO cases. And then again in 2008, at least 2 people reported spotting a UFO just over the horizon, viewed from Lanzarote, floating off the coast of Fuerteventura, and it apparently vanished after about 3 minutes. The sighting remains unexplained. But concerning the 1976 sighting, thousands of residents of the islands observed the unidentified luminous phenomena at that night, June 22nd. The evening, the event was reported by witnesses of at least 3 different islands. The Spanish Air Force investigated the incident, although files associated with it were declassified in 1994. They had already been leaked before, back at that event. Now, the classified Air Force reports were given to journalist Benitez by an Air Force general, and Benitez took the information and included them in his book, UFOs, the Official Documents of the Spanish Government. A captain explained that minutes after a halo of light appeared, he observed the following. The Spanish Navy vessel Atrevida captain. The Spanish vessel Atrevida was in the area. He said the light split into 2 parts, the smaller part being beneath. In the center of the luminous halo where a blue cloud appeared, and the part from which the bluish nucleus had come vanished. The upper part began to climb in a spiral, rapid and irregular, and finally vanished. None of these movements affected the initial circular halo in any way, which remained just the same the whole time, its glow lighting up parts of the land and the ocean, from which we could deduce that the phenomenon was not very far away from us, but was very close. The ship's officer echoed captain's statements. The officers also confirmed that the ship's surface radar detected nothing about this sighting. Depositions were taken from various naval officers, some of the most credible testimony regarding UFO sightings. Deposition from a doctor was among the more strange accounts collected during the investigation. Dr. Francisco Padron Leon. He was in a taxi on his way to see a patient in the town of Las Rosas in Tenerife, the largest of the Canary Islands, and he said when he had almost arrived at his destination, the taxi lights hit a luminous sphere hovering, and it was motionless just off the ground. He said the sphere was electric blue in color, constructed of a transparent crystalline-like material. He thought that the UFO had a radius of about 100 feet, and inside the sphere, Padron saw a platform that looked like it was made of metal and what appeared to be 3 control consoles. He claimed to see 2 tall humanoid figures inside the sphere, whom he estimated were about 8.5 feet tall to 10 feet tall. Let's remember, this is a doctor, so he must have known what he was talking about. They wore brilliant red outfits and some type of headgear as well. He said, then I observed some kind of bluish smoke was coming out from a semi-transparent central tube in the sphere, covering the periphery of the sphere interior, without leaking outside at any moment. And then the sphere began to grow and grow until it became huge, like a 20-story house. But the platform and the crew remained the same size. It rose slowly, majestically, and it seemed I heard a very tenuous whistling. Now, after seeing this, the doctor ran into the patient's house to tell the residents about what he saw about this mysterious sphere. Everyone came out to see the object. The UFO quickly accelerated, shooting away at a very huge speed. The doctor described it was dissolving into the bluish spindle shape with red underneath. It was almost like the description given by the Navy officers, and Dr. Padron said the brilliant white halo was formed close to the object, which hit bit by bit was forming another very brilliant blue halo. To me, I mean, what they were describing, and I'll leave links below for you for this. I got it from Wikipedia and also by Open Minds, but to me, what they're describing looks very much like the Norway spiral with the halo with halos going out. Anyway, please tell me what you think. If you know anything more about this, please leave your comments. Very strange. But it was strange that it was given by a doctor and the Spanish Navy as well. And the photo was taken by the Spanish Navy. Air Force, Antonio Huneeus. So Navy witnessing and photo by the Spanish Air Force. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.